What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 8 and today's topic will be how to enable debugging or how to perform debugging inside your Fast API application. So in the last tutorial we have completed and we also discussed in detail about query parameters. So this is the right time that we should do some sort of advanced topic like debugging and other things. So once debugging is complete, then we'll do something on model, and after that we'll start doing uh, some small use case on database connectivity. And once that is done, then my goal is to developing one simple application where we can do some CRUD operation, and later on we'll see how we can proceed further. Okay, so this is actually not going to be any coding tutorial, because I'm not going to do or teach anything from Fast API coding point of view. Rather than I'll show you some very fundamental techniques for which Fast API is very popular. One of the main feature of Fast API is that it is actually giving you very easy portable debugging feature, so that you can enable debugging inside your application anytime, anywhere, whenever is required. Okay, so let's try to experience that now. Okay, so the slide is very simple, nothing new, just to make sure that what topic actually I'm going to cover in which tutorial. That is why I just made this thing, but apart from that there is no point of creating any slide actually. So maybe I can put something here in this slide, but as I told you, there will not be any coding. Okay, so let me open my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so start writing the code. So from Fast API import, so I'll be going to write a very simple code, and after that I'll try to enable debugging by adding some breakpoint, and after that we'll see how to debug from those breakpoint. Okay, now let's say app equals to, so these are all familiar with all of you, so nothing new. Then same like this. Okay, then num1 is integer. I believe I have already covered this same code in tutorial 6 or 5. I don't remember exactly, but I believe so. Sum equals to 2. Okay, that's it. So now let's add a breakpoint at this moment. So the interesting thing is that if you open your console on Visual Studio Code, VS Code, or PyCharm, if you go to the bottom left on your screen where actually you're writing the code, not here actually, this is the place where actually you are writing the code. So if you go to the bottom, we can see some red dot. You have to just select, then it will become brighter, and you will get some breakpoint, something like this. It means the breakpoint has been added. So once the breakpoint has been added, you have to hit Command Shift P if you are on Mac, and if you are on Windows, then it will be Control Shift P. Okay, so Command Shift P, then something like this pop-up will be open, and you have to hit on debug restart, or you have to click. Okay, then this will again pop up this window. Here you have to select Fast API framework, I believe. Yes, launch Fast API, debug Fast API application. Okay, once you select that, you will see your application is launched on this port 8000 default, because we are not explicitly mentioning anything. Okay, so after that you have to hit on follow link. Okay, then you have to go to here, sum, same thing, num1 equals to 10 and num2 equals to 20, right? Now if you hit enter, what happened? Let me open. I think I did a mistake, maybe. Okay, I put sum2, it should be num2, sorry. Okay, then probably I need to again close everything, have to start it from the beginning, start, then fast API. Okay, so it launched, let's click. Okay, so I have to again write num1 equals to 10 and num2 equals to 20. I forgot to keep the path. Okay, so see, it automatically gets here. If you see, my breakpoint is now surrounded by a something some arrow or triangle, whatever. If you see like this, then what you have to check from here in the left hand side, if you see here some values are here. It means at this point whatever your program is holding, you will easily get it here. So we have three local variables, num1, num2 and sum. This num1, num2 and sum is a local variable local to this function. You can see it here, and in the global variable you will see all the variables related to the application. For example, the special variables are built-in type, like this name and other thing. Let's see this thing. See, the name of the dunder name is main actually, so that's why it came like this. My app is also having a variable, so all these things are there. Some class variables is there, fast API. Okay, so I think these things are not interested, we are not interested at this moment, but for us these things are very much interested. So I am using very simple application, so that is why it doesn't make any sense to understand num1 is 10, 20. But suppose you are doing some complex operation and you are not sure about what your variable is going to hold at this point, right? There could be n number of things it can hold. Okay, maybe if you are getting the data from a large dump, and after that you are doing some processing, and after that you are returning back the that value by assigning to a variable. So that time it is very interesting to see which variable is actually returning what value. So that time definitely it will make sense to doing the debug. But just to make sure you guys understand the concept and the process, I am just creating this thing. This is very interesting. I hope you guys like this concept of fast API. This is one of the best feature of fast API, that you can do debugging very easily. Okay, so that's it. That is what actually I was planning to cover for this tutorial. So I believe this is a small tutorial, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but I believe you guys understood and will not forget this thing, right? So try to do some sort of practice. There is nothing to do practice, but again just try to do it by your own, then probably you guys can explore, or maybe you guys can do some fun facts as well with this small feature of fast API. Okay, so that's it guys. In the next tutorial, that is going to be tutorial number 9. In that tutorial we're going to talk about some request body, and in the request body we'll be going to talk about some models. Okay, so hopefully I'm super excited for that tutorial as well, because that is going to be the one of the advanced tutorial. And once that is done, then probably we can start developing our application by connecting to any database. For example, I'm planning to connect with MongoDB database. Okay, that's it guys, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.